guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jasmine, the Buffy Witch, but you already know that. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. We are playing in the makeups, just doing some random stuff because I don't really have anything planned to do. I feel like I'm in a slight makeup rut with my channel. I just wanted to talk about it. Not a rut in the desire to make content, but just kind of feeling a little stagnant with the things that I currently do. You know, the lip swatches, the one palette X looks, the playlist. It's getting just a little bit boring to me. So I'm taking a little pause and I'm trying to throw in some randomness. So you'll see lots of get ready with me's, which I honestly, I don't know if I'm doing it right. A lot of flapping of the gums, okay? I need to talk because life has been lifing, terrible things have happened. There's been a death in my family, and it's rocked all of us, honestly. And it has brought up a lot of other things, like a domino effect. And I'm trying to cope. Sometimes it's an out of sight, out of mind thing, you know. For a moment, I forget or I stop thinking about it, and then it comes up later and smacks me in the head. So my brain's a little bit discombobulated. Makeup always helps, but I also am feeling just a little bit trapped within my own set of, not rules, but you know what I'm doing here. So I want to just switch it up. Again, I don't know if I'm doing the get ready with me correctly or not, if there is a correct way to do it, but I just enjoy flapping my gums a little bit talking. But I really just want to talk about makeup. You know, it's the one time I can kind of step away from reality and just plays. So today I wanted to do something. I'm wearing my blue sweatsuit because it was like almost 50 something degrees yesterday, and then it snowed this morning, and so we're looking at least 2 to 3 inches of snow right now. And I'm just like, March in the Midwest. Mother Nature's like, you know what, I think real quick, I think I forgot something in my back pocket. I think I forgot a little blizzard. Let me give that to you real quick. So that's why it's super bright. But anyways, let's get into it. I'm gonna use my Juvia's Place Velvety Matte Foundation because I am trying to pan this and a few other foundations, and we are almost done with this one. Is this my first bottle? Yeah, this is the first bottle since starting my channel. But I do have a backup that I bought sometime last year, so I'm just squeezing out a small kitten-sized duty. Gonna neutralize her with some blue and gonna swirl her together. Y'all, I'm gonna use a brush I used yesterday. I don't feel like using a new brush. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So I pulled out a few items from my acrylic drawer that I'm using for my Shop My Stash, which I did record, and then of course I deleted it because I'm like, who cares? Because that's what I do. Just some random things that I'm thinking of possibly decluttering, or I just want them out so I can remember that they're there. Do you see this? Did you see how quickly that one little dip? Look how much foundation I have left. Come on, Jasmine. I keep forgetting how full coverage and moussey this is. It just moves. But yeah, I put some things in my empty acrylic drawer because Michael holds everything. So Michael is my my IKEA dupe from the store Michael's, the craft store. I've wanted to do this for so long. I've wanted to get these drawers and have my own dupe of Alex drawers, and I finally do. So I call it Michael. And since all of my makeup can fit in Michael, with the exception of maybe just a few things like my lip products don't, I have this acrylic drawer. I'm like, oh well, I can use it for my Shop My Stash. So let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a collection video updated, or me just showing you my setup. The goal is that we do still find a home this year. who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow, let alone at the end of the year, okay? But when we find a home, because I'm putting it out there, when we find a home, I do plan to buy one Alex drawer. And I don't want my makeup collection to ever surpass one Alex drawer. I want the tall one. And I don't ever want my makeup to surpass that. So right now, this Michael drawer is a decent size. And I do like that my makeup all fits in it. But I still do want an Alex drawer. And honestly, I should have just bought the Alex drawer because this thing was like $140 something. So if I would have added another 40 bucks, I could have got me an Alex drawer. But here we are. And when we do move, this will be great for like my journals and pens and books and whatnot. So anyways, that's the foundation. This foundation is great. Did you see how much I wasted? Good googly moogly. Where is my little Kat Von D compact? So I can scoop this in there and put that in there. But yeah, there we go. Foundation done. Concealer, we are scraping the sides of Miss Milani. I'm sorry I say it like that. Milani, okay? Miss Milani. My husband's out there making ribs, mac and cheese, cornbread. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. My husband just be putting his foot all up in it, okay? I don't really like mac and cheese, and I don't love cornbread. Like, I'll eat it, but my husband has a tendency to make me like things I thought I didn't like, so we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and wet a sponge, blend this out because it look crazy, don't it? Exactly. And this time I'm gonna remember that for some reason, see, I see it right now. When I use this foundation, it's doing something to my nostril area. It's very weird. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna set everything with the powders I always use: warm saffron, infallible, little HD if there's anything gooey. I'm gonna pop on my bronzer, Minted Yacht Life. We're gonna put on some Juvia's Place blush. I don't know which one, but probably the orange. And then I'm gonna bronze with I dropped it. Oh my God, I dropped it. Look at right there. I'm so sad. I don't care about the bronzer, but thankfully these two didn't break. These are my favorite. So that's what we're gonna use to highlight. And then I'm gonna pop on some brows and you'll be caught up to speed. Back in a jiffy pop. We're done. Face is looking okay, but I definitely need to get up on my skincare. I dropped all of the serums and whatnot. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I don't break out the way that I used to, where I was getting like those really big cystic bumps and whatnot. Now when I break out, it's these tiny little guys. I can deal with them, okay? I haven't had to use a pimple patch in months, right? But I really need to get back my Paula's Choice BHA or whatever the liquid exfoliant is. I think that will definitely help. And I need to use my snail mucinin more religiously because I'm super dehydrated, I'm super flaky, and this foundation really, much like NARS, snitches on my mustache. Miss Juvia's, I didn't know we had this issue. I was blind to the red flags, but she really emphasizes that texture, right? But anyways, we are done. I really like the base. Today we are going to do something quite simple. I pulled out this Beauty Counters Lid Glow Cream Shadow in the shade Twinkle. And I also pulled out my Vivid Bright Liquid Liner from NYX. I want to do a little bit of graphic liner, so that's what we're going to attempt. So for the eyes, I think I want to prime the area with my color case instead of a Juvia's Place I Prime. Or should we... Or we've got okay, I think instead what I'm gonna do, I don't know how this is gonna look. I'm gonna go ahead and take Vintage Granada, or as I like to call her, Vintage Grandma, and we're just gonna wing it, okay? Pun intended. I'm just gonna go right on in with Vintage Granada, and I'm gonna focus this mostly on the outer portion of the eye. So I do want some color. I'm gonna take a blending brush and just tap that in so that we have some nice color over here. But it doesn't have to be like full color, you know? I need to focus on not focus, but I want to attempt softer makeup that not only looks soft in its texture, like just using creams, but also in like its vibrancy. Like everything doesn't have to be like boom pow. I like that, but I'm gonna swing that on the lower lash line. Oh my God, I need to exfoliate. Okay. A little bit mauve here. Just a little bit mauve. Alright. And on the inner portion of the eye, we can go in with this lip glow. Now this does not have a lot of coverage or anything. It's very sheer, which is not entirely a bad thing, but it's just not my favorite. So I'm gonna use a different brush to tap this in. Yeah, these are just really lackluster, but I hesitate to get rid of them because I feel like they have their place in time. I'm just not used to something that's low impact. So I'm trying not to get so discouraged with it. I just want to give it its time to like grow on me. Because that's pretty, you know? It's just enough. Okay, so because I can't help myself, I am going to go back in with just a little bit more Grandma. I'm going to throw things because why not? Okay. That's a really pretty liquid shadow eye, actually. You know, not too busy. All right, so now let's get into the graphic liner of the thing. So I'm just taking this Vivid Bright liner from NYX. I did use that in that one video where I was trying to go for something natural and ended up looking like Cirque du Soleil. And I'm going to do, I feel like I want to do like a line like in my sometime poof. So I'm gonna look down and try to go in the center of my sometime poof. Okay, hold your breath. We're gonna fast forward this, okay? Okay, so I'm done, and we've ended up with whatever this is. The little divots, like it looks overlapped is on purpose because I wanted something that looked a little haphazard, like I made some boo-boos because I couldn't get it symmetrical. So I just be leaning into it, okay? I also ended up having to pull out my Mayron pastels and using this shade because this kind of conked out on me. I think it's pretty much dried up. I've only used it a few times in that first video and this one, but she was dry and just causing issues. So we are going to declutter because she feels quite empty. And then for the lower lash line, I pulled out my Eclectics color case and I used this deepest blue for my waterline. And that is the look, guys. Look, I don't know. Every single time and I also went in with my little Harlequin Meta Glow from Essence in Lucky You for my intergalactical gorgeous highlight. You need that for your life. Lip, it's what it always is. It's not even important, okay? But yeah, graphic liner. I don't want to add yet another series to my channel. I don't even want to do a spotlight on it, but I definitely want to get better. I think the hardest part about graphic liner is because I'm usually just winging it. I sometimes come to a point where I'm like, this is kind of moving out of my comfort zone of like pretty makeup. Like this to me feels like fun makeup where I'm like, you know, just trying to exercise color and shape and just kind of being abstract. But sometimes I want to do like a graphic liner that's just like, I don't know, yeah, I don't even know how to verbalize what it is. But every time I do this, I'm like, this is not what I was going for. But I think a lot of it is because I don't know how to do graphic liner for my eye shape. I will say the Made by Mitchell Swerve Kit brush came in frickin' clutch. It's not the skinniest brush, but it's really easy to like pinpoint things to get a nice line. And I think it's stiff enough that it really creates a nice line. So I'm so thankful that I picked up another mystery bag and got that Swerve Kit in there. I swear, anytime and every time I order from Beauty Bay, if there is a Made by Mitchell mystery bag available, I will be getting it. I don't care how many duplicates I end up with. I love Made by Mitchell so much. But yeah, that is the look, guys. I enjoy it. It's cute. It's fine, you know. I also think I need to incorporate more waterline action. These color cases make it really easy. It's very gentle on the waterline. Though it's a long wearing product, it doesn't give me any irritation. I stopped wearing eyeliner in my waterline because the ones I had were just causing my eyes to get very red. They didn't hurt or anything or were itchy, but they would get very red. So yeah. I got a few empties now because I think my mascara is on her last leg too. And I will say this lid glow, we are going to give these more chances to prove themselves because now that it's dry, it's quite cute. I do like it. This will definitely be really good for one and done. Simple makeup, you know, no brush makeup. This would be really great. So I am going to keep using these. I have 4 of them. And what can I say? These are amazing. I love that. It's a very subtle color on me, thankfully. I don't know what I was just about to say there, but it is a very subtle color. I like this. I like this one. Vintage Grandma Granada, but I call her Vintage Grandma, is my favorite shade out of the ones that I have, but I definitely have to start using these. And again, I do like the texture, not using any powder shadows besides my highlighter. This is a beautiful look. It looks like I'm using regular eyeshadow, but I like the texture because I can tell that it is not regular eyeshadow, and it's a really pretty texture. I don't usually do that. I always end up topping it with something, adding a shim on top of it, something like that. But using these on their own is really nice. And I don't know if you can see, maybe you'll be able to see in the photos if I look down enough, but from the video I just did with my Cosette Crystal Creams, how I kind of angled it, I did the same thing. So I put it in my crease, and then I went in, after I blended out the this shade, I went back in with Grandma, and I made kind of like an angular shape this way. So it's kind of like boop, boop, like that, if that made any a lick of sense, okay? But I really do like that shape, and I think when I use maybe darker colors with a lighter lid shade or inner corner shade, you might be able to see what I'm talking about better. But I do like this look. The longer I sit here, the more I like it. I think liner and graphic liner and stuff like that is really just about knowing and understanding your eye shape and maybe like scale. I don't call myself an artist in any sense of the word, but my mom is an artist, and so I dabble with a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And when it comes to painting, one of the hardest things for me is scale. So it kind of makes sense that I have a hard time figuring out, like, okay, what do you want to do, and then how does it translate on this much area, you know what I mean? So yeah, but anyways guys, that was a lot of gum flapping to say that we got some graphic liner on, whatever. I've got some fun eyeliner on, and I had a good time doing it. The water activated paints are so much fun. I said it in my last video where I did liner. I think water activated paints, cake liners like that, they are so easy. It seems intimidating because, like I said, usually when you're seeing it on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or whatever, people are doing these abstract, beautiful, very very intricate and very neat, very precise liner, these really nice graphic abstract looks. You can use it for basic liner, and what I love about it is because it's water activated, it's really gentle, it's really easy to correct mistakes and start over. You can really perfect the thickness, the length, the colors that you like. I feel like this is such a beginner friendly product, even though it can venture into that like expert territory, but you work yourself up to it. I just mean in the ways of being able to practice. Like if you were sitting down and saying, okay, I'm gonna spend 15 minutes messing with my eyeshadow or my eyeliner, this is not gonna be like a long wearing product that's gonna be a hassle to remove and then to reapply, and it can cause tugging, and it's, you know, those long wearing formulas sometimes are a pain and a half to remove and to reapply. But with a water activated product, as long as you're not trying to put it in your waterline and you don't have super runny or, you know, runny eyes, this is great, because I could very easily sit here, take a little bit of makeup remover, remove it, play again. I'm not gonna tug on my skin, I'm not gonna irritate anything, it's not gonna be very hard to remove. So I love water activated liners, I love cake liners, I think they are so beginner friendly. I would highly suggest you find some for yourself and play. They come in a multitude of colors from a multitude of brands. You can find them at a multitude of prices, and I just feel like they're one of my favorite products to play with when it comes to liner, because I don't do liner very often, and if I'm going to, I want it to be fun and I want it to be easy, and water activated liners and cake liners give me that. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. It's been me, Jasmine, the Buffet Witch, and you already know that because I'm talking very, very fast, and there's a lot of hoopla and fanfare in the background. That's what we do here. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Take some time to check in with yourself. Ask yourself what you need in the next 5 minutes to feel good. I hope we can do that for you. I will see you in the next video, which will be very, very soon. But until then, take care. Bye.